Here before you get yourself killed. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and we're gall on that rung leech. Landing in the I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders. Really? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized. We'll see him back to Edgewater. Just as soon as I cross these I just, you know. You think? Most marauders can't even talk. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off.
Here we go. Time to collect a fine bounty.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarded parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain. I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing... Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend the... You are welcome. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical... The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of high-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as... It is difficult for me to do so. I am programmed. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain. If your equipment is in need... The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we got... Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time. If you're looking to help us out, Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime.
Huh?
I smell blood! Get up!
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Hold it right there!
What's this about? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder Your pod ain't safe out here. You'd be... I am employed by the Retirement Department of Spacer's Choice. Name's Silas. Junior in Human. Definitely not the junior in human. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your rap? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become... Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason. I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's choice, maybe you don't know this. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't. Company always tells us. Weeks. I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I'm feeling a touch faint.
The grease monkey arc. Seems we've got a gap. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoke. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your... I'm Reed Thompson. Yes. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my...
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another. My proposition benefits. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly about... Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botan... The geothermal plant was built by our owners, Spacers. Most of the Vale is now abandoned. Oh. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent, the people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters. My hope is that by speak to their leader, Adelaide. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to... We belong to one community. The Spacer's Choice... Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me...
Are you setting off for the Vale? 'Cause I mean, if that's all...
I hesitate to part ways with me.
Great! I got my wrenches and
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. Oh, he ain't a liar. It's just... to Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. It's just... I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Mac. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss... Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, that's what my dad used to say anyway.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? And Ms. Holcomb as well.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Not to put too fine a point on it, also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either pretty universal here.
It's just... there's more to it all than
Oh, nothing could be further. I'm simply bemoaning the... No, I am not. Though I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. Selling? No. It is Have you? These people need something. Anything they can grasp to survive. My apologies.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. That seems
The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others.
Adelaide McDevitt's encampment. I can see why Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always had. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power... If it were as easy as a few soothing words, if you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by. What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hand. It's a handwritten journal. It is not only a beautiful relic of a not many in this colony could understand. Thank you. If...
Yeah, huh? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe... Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and the machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. Fixing the universe is a... When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to it. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see. The war. I'm talking about mechanic. Just my luck. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fire when the swarms of mechanic... Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanic... Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate. First, they will rob us of our jobs.
Something you need? In a jiff. Heading back. Don't mess with us. Here they come! That's gotta hurt. That was quick. Nicely done. Here we go! we go!
Weak! So weak!
You're fast.
What's that noise?
Look out!
Break you!
Everyone all right? I'm ready for this. We did it!
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for. Answers, huh? Yeah, that's us. If you're gonna start wandering... Over in the hothouse. Enough with the questions. No... Well, look at you. No, I'm sorry. That was... I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only... Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room... Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her cereal. Could be. Dangers of... Marauder gang just moved into the district. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Can't imagine where she's... Could do without the gap.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your... Whatever your troubles with Edgewater. I have been...
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry.
Why, thank you. Are you staying long? You should try... A home for anyone who's ever turned their... So like the spores of the... It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that the home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and... No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash... Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's... Make amends. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine. He would do such a thing. The question is... Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's gut. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from it. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime... A hero to the people who matter. To us. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wall. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down. Workers... I trust you.
Where are we headed?
think you're doing? Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
I've always wanted to poke around in here. We made it!
sanitation and cleanup
I've always wanted to poke around in here. All together! Can't get past that altar!
and cleanup.
I've always wanted to poke around in here. Where are we headed?
All searching.
Here they come!
Threat level neutralized.
I've always wanted to poke around in here. Okay, gone quiet.
Unexpected alert. Investigating. Search failed.
Incoming!
Suspicious.
Down they go! Huh? The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing. That's the last of them! 3 switches. That'll be easy enough. Nicely done.
Process
Incoming! We made it! Down they go!
Alt.
Just 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
You're not real. You're not real.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Get ready! Power's too strong! Hit him with something else! You're hurt!
Where'd to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Searching for unauthorized.
Incoming!
Celeste. I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no... Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator. Do you understand what you're about? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever... But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living... Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick, but Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacers. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Sorry, I didn't mean to... Oh, well.
Here we go! That didn't work! It's not working! That's the last of them!
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauder. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one. Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have... All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for, and then leave us be.
can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got... Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is... Oh, gosh. Edgewater won't last on... I've worked on the occasional... I want to ask you something, and you can... And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back... Yes! I mean, Captain...
Captain, what can I do for you, Captain? Do you know? Outstanding, Captain. Our engine room. What can I do for you? All systems are operating. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low altitude. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thaw. Oh, that, yes, sir. What you saw in Emerald Vale is... The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's... You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing... Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely... Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your The board's been confiscating nav keys. Excellent. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edged. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkable. Excellent. And remember, the board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony.
Transmission ended.
Yeah, so... I was looking... cozy-like, ain't it? That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines.
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude...
So you're gonna call her it?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no...
Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was.
Speech recognition is...
You're not simulating it, you're doing it!
I am gratified. I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good... You can do that, you know. My dad taught...
Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you are out. Now arriving at... We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Hey, Cap. Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that... I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. Thanks, Cap. Did you want to talk about...
I'll lock up behind you.
That's not the point. This hack was just knocked out.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. His office is located along the starboard wall of the... Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must... You take the starch out of him. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing... Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not... A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know, is there anything else? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. Make sure you... He's friendly enough unless you speak... Not that he would, being a... Really likes his cereal. Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from mine.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular advertisement for the following story.
Windows knock you out bar. A CCN 76 milk bar.
Bless my... You here for a particular reason? Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at them. Lucky for us, groundbreakers are free. Now, I only... Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. She sent me a recording of a distress... Curious thing is, it came from an outpost. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. If you should find a secret, the more we got the corpse... Don't forget. Want a charming cop? It's almost time for today's Yes, dearie? Take that darling ship of yours down to Rosewell. Shouldn't be I've got...
Are you listening to me, Emperor?
Go back to Byzantium, Miss Oldley.
Ah, yes. Has... I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. Around and around. Right. You're... There. I've removed the flag from your ship. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. You haven't read the... Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. That's... Oh, It's personal business. I don't intend to be. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's fine. Now, if you've nothing else, please see... Be my...
Law, but it's miserable. My... Chief Tennyson, deplorable conduct.
A luxury stateroom. Ask away.
not going anywhere, you hear?
This is Halcyon News.
Great Lord! What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? That's right. Though for how... They've all... But it won't work. Chief Junlei Tennyson. Used to be she was chief engineer before her mama passed, and she took the helm. She's neck-deep in the ship guts by... Bit straight-laced for my tastes, but... And between you and me, I think the fight... This heat problem we've got's gone unfixed for weeks. Go right ahead. Groundbreakers ready. Miss Junlei's supposed... They've always got one scheme or another, but it won't work. No, ma'am. Ask the common... Because that's... I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide... Those board folk are real pride... But old Gladys knows the score. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on ground... Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chat. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch. But who knows if... I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball. Anytime.
Rizzo's Lemon Club. Rock your whole family tonight.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing... Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious, you're giving me a shot. I put together a little speech, just in case. Hey there, I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why... Yeah, it's a second draft. Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or... That motto is... Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This, in conclusion, thank you for considering... What do you think? Sure, an interview. That sounds... It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust? Maybe with a little cream on top? Classic. foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker. Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a toss. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. I had this foreman. Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my... He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other... Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push... Well, former dock worker. Wow. You don't... Thanks, boss.
Why was I built to feel ennui? Welcome back, Captain. How can... The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to... Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Now playing a Spacer's Choice.
It's not the best choice.
My pleasure, Captain. A star walks into a black hole but doesn't seem phased. The black hole then turns to the star and says, I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation. As you wish. I prefer to think of it as when I simulate traveling the system. Do you know what it feels? As you may be aware, in our travels together, how can... Yes, Captain.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send... What? No!
Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. What part of the colony? Where in Terra? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale. Or, the town is near the coordinates where May luck be with...